The Scene projects are brought to you by these fine sponsors. J. Rick Music in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Dirty Dog Production, connecting the Black Hills and beyond through music. And DBS Entertainment. We want to thank our sponsors and each one of you, our listeners, for making yourself part of the Scene projects. The Scene Project Songwriter Showcase is taped live every week in markets across the Midwest. Hello and welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. The following program was recorded live at Katmandu Campground in Sturgis, South Dakota during the 84th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Enjoy this episode. With us on today's Songwriter Showcase is Haven Rae.
All right, cool.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit here, and the monitor is now going to the right place, so I can control the volumes separately.
Awesome. Well, so college, huh?
Yeah.
In a pandemic.
Yep. Yeah, no, that was, it really only affected, like, the second half of my freshman year and my entire sophomore year. Like, after that, it started to go.
Oh, just like most of your college career?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, you know, that was kind of, it wasn't super fun while that was happening, but.
No, you missed out on a lot of the experience of college, the interactive,
so,
being with your peers and away from home for the first time and all of these things that you didn't get to experience.
Yeah. So we didn't really have actual college. I don't know. I never saw my actual class until junior year of college.
Right. You're just meeting these people that you're classmates with.
Because it was it was so weird. And
Yeah.
then when they announced, they're like, by the way, we're going back to normal next week. And we were like,
and then you don't know what to do when you get back.
Yeah. And so it was weird meeting all these people. I was like, hi.
The kids.
You've seen my face from the screen. But
Yeah, your whole generation is going to be scarred by that. There's no doubt that, the effects of that are going to last most of your lives, right?
Oh, definitely. Well, and I still feel it is so hard to learn online.
And maybe not in a bad way either, right? I'm not saying that it's a negative effect. It may be a net positive effect on all of your all's life. Like maybe some people found themselves going a different direction because of that time too. Like
Sure.
you, obviously, it gave you the time to write even more music. Maybe you don't write that song if you are in school.
Right.
So we can't really think of it as that sucked, but it was what it was.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of good things that came from it too.
Right. 2020 was the best year I've ever had. Right. So while the whole world is going crazy, I made more money. We bought a house. We moved our family to a much better situation and everything. So the same as, where you lost in that experience, it didn't change my life at all.
Yeah.
In fact, it just kept improving. And it just told me that, you want to be stable now. Go find somewhere. Go find a nice house in a small town and settle down.
I will say, so.
You were already in a small town.
Yeah. So I had gotten accepted to Berkeley in Boston, but I had been approved to do my first year in Spain. And I was really glad that when the world shut down, I was only 3 hours from home instead of literally across the planet, because that was a much easier fix. So.
Well, yeah, and shout out to Mama Wendy, because that would have damn near killed her, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Or it would have killed several people on her way to get on a flight to Spain and back.
Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and actually, that last song that I wrote it with the idea of my mom singing it, because I started singing growing up because my mom would just sing in the car, and I was like, man, I just want to sing with my mom. So I would learn harmonies, and I started singing. That's always just been what I do. And so writing that song, I was like, who would really like this song? My mom. So I wrote it with her in mind.
Does she love it?
Yeah. Every time
She's gone home now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's home.
That's too bad.
But every time I play that song, she goes, this is my song. This is my song.
Having met your mother this week, I can totally see her and hear it out of her voice now. So I'm glad that we got to spend some time out here together at Katmandu.
Oh,
and
yeah.
This isn't even the first podcast that's been done here. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, I came out here on Memorial Day weekend and interviewed Brent and Lynette.
Oh, they're such cool people.
It was such an awesome experience to sit down and to learn more. Lynette I've known for a long time, but I didn't know all of her story, and I had just met Brent.
Yeah.
So to meet Brent, it was great. Great people, and now look at what we've done.
I know.
Right?
What a great campground. I really
It's awesome.
Like it here.
Yeah, there was nobody here on Memorial Day, right? It was a few of the friends and just
Right,
hanging
yeah.
out. So, but now look at all of our friends here.
I know. I feel like I've made quite a few friends, just.
You've made
from-
lifelong fans here.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
hope so.
That's what I'm trying to get through to people as we're playing all these shows and doing these things, especially my bandmates. They want to be playing the Buffalo Chip and playing for these, on the big stage for 20,000 people and everything. And I was like, yeah, but the only way we would be up there is like as an opening band, and nobody cares about that band. Like I'm going to connect with 7 people in there. If I go to, like we have been in Deadwood at the Eagle Bar, it's been maybe groups, the room is full, it's maybe 30 people, but I can connect heart to heart with every single person in that room at that scale, and then that would turn over. You know what I mean? Every 2 hours or so, we'd play pretty much a 2-hour show for one group of people. They would leave, and you'd have new, and you'd have stragglers that would come through and things like that. But I got really good this week about connecting with everyone when they come in the door and engaging with everyone. We put out 3,000 stickers and all the T-shirts and things that we sold, and all the tips mean that it's worth something. You know what I mean? We have a product that people would buy now, so how do we get it in front of them now and get that out there? So
Yeah.
for you, when are we going to get you in a studio and get it done?
That's a really good question. I'm hoping to take some of the money that I've made here and put it towards.
That's a
getting
great
the
idea.
studio. Yeah.
Do you have a studio up in Aberdeen around that area that you guys live?
Not a studio. I've got a couple of friends, with home.
Yeah?
In
I know a
home
couple
studios.
guys up there that might be able to help you out, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll just, we'll see. I'm hoping soon. That way, because my
You know the
dream.
Barstool Prophets up there? You ever heard of those guys?
No.
They are new friends of mine, and yep, I'm gonna connect your mom and the crew, and
In
I
Aberdeen?
think and y'all are gonna get along real nice.
All right.
I just met them a few weeks ago. They came down to play the show. They came down to do the Songwriter Showcase. They were my last episode. So
Oh, that's really cool.
yeah, 2 Aberdeeners back to back, or
Nice.
in the area,
that
northeastern.
area.
Yeah, close enough, right? Is that where your Walmart is? Does Aberdeen
Yep.
have a Walmart?
Yeah, my hometown's about 20 minutes from Aberdeen.
There you
so,
go.
Yeah.
See it. Tyndall's 30 minutes west of Yankton. I just say Yankton because that's where the Walmart
Yeah,
is.
you get used to just being around
Yep.
that area.
Out there,
Yeah,
abouts.
yeah. And actually, I don't even live in Stratford. I live 3.5 miles south, and my closest neighbor is half a mile down the road.
You guys are in the country.
Yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Farmers?
No.
No, you just got country
just
house.
have land. Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have pigs, which is fun. That's the best bacon I've ever had, though.
Yeah?
If you raise your own pigs. Yeah. Anyway. And we had bottle calves.
You had no problem with the whole killing your baby pig?
Not really.
No. A real carnivore.
It's a means to an end, pretty much. They were pretty cute, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, I mean, then they grow up and they're kind of pain in the asses. My
Yeah.
father-in-law raises pigs, and
yeah, and they're stinky.
they're big and they don't care and they eat everything.
Yeah.
So you might as well get rid of them and eat them. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah,
and they're
seriously,
delicious.
that is great bacon. I kid you not,
Delicious.
delicious. But yeah.
Well, Haven, do you have another song for us?
Yeah, I'm sure I can pull one out. I've got. I already played this one, but I hope it's okay if I do it again.
It is totally okay if you do it again.
Okay. I wrote this song because my dad said. Haven, you've never written a song about a guy with a Honda Civic. I said, all right, I can do that. So this song is called The One. I know when I'll get a second chance, so please excuse the sudden change in plans. Would you sit down while I speak? We've been together now for a while. You say you like it when I smile. I just don't think you're the one for me. So please don't take this way too hard. I think you snore a little too loud, and you don't really like my crowd. I think it's best you leave. You don't like my music in the car. I know I strung it out way too far. You know my mama agrees. And I don't mean about that girl I wasn't supposed to meet. She's probably a little more your speed. Why don't you give her a go? It's not even that I don't think you're cute, but I'm pretty sure the point is mostly me. Credits are starting to roll, so please don't take this straight to heart. I think you snore a bit too loud, and you don't really like my crowd. I think especially you don't like my music in the car. I know I drug it out way too far. You know my sister agrees. And I don't mean for any bad blood, I'm just not sure that you're the one. I know when I'll get a second chance, so please excuse the sudden change in plans. I think you snore way too loud, and you never like my crowd. Get your ass out that door. So take your Civic down the road. There's a zillion places you can go, but you ain't welcome here no more. And I don't mean for any bad, but I'm just damn sure you're not the one.
You were quite the little songwriter. That was really good, Haven.
Thanks.
Yeah, very nice. I'm a big fan. I got goosebumps listening to you.
Oh, I'm glad.
Glad I hit record.
That's kind of a fun one, I think.
They're all, oh, yeah, you would definitely have a fun style. It's bubbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
That one's also from that kind of COVID era
Yeah?
period, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that was a big part of your life, so I'm not surprised that you had a lot of songs from there. You got any new stuff?
Yeah, I've
What's the
got
latest
some-
song you wrote?
I've got some new ones. I've got, well, the the last couple of songs that I've written are love songs, so I'm gonna
Well,
feel like
now you're going to have to
that's
play them,
bad.
because who doesn't love a love song? Come on now.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. This one's called The Fall. I love the fit of your hand on my back when we go dancing. And I love how you get dressed up when we go out for lunch in the afternoon. Or the way you say you wanna tell me about your day just by the way you're standing. And the incandescent smell you have when you come home from a night out in that bar room. But I think most of all, I love you. I love when you say my name and it floats out of your mouth when you're smiling. In the picture perfect angle, your hair falls on your face when you're asleep. I love the tone cussing out a ball game. And I love it when you whisper you'll never tire of seeing me. But I think most of all, I love you. I think most of all, I love everything you do. Won't you tell me with those deep green eyes if that's enough? You know I'll keep going. 'Cause when you look at me, I feel like I'm the only one you'll ever listen to. Your accent says that you ain't scared and times are tough, and thank you for showing that a man can be so kind, and I can take my time when I'm with you. But I think most of all, I love you. I think most of all, I love everything you do. Your hiccups when you're drunk, that little giggle when you think you're funny, how your touch feels like the warmth of the sun, what you're really saying when you call me honey, how tall you stood when you met my father, your subconscious hums when your mind is wandering and you wake me up just to give me a kiss. Oh God, can it get any better than this? When you send me flowers every time you're gone, and you play with your dog out on the front lawn. A million things I forgot to mention, but believe me, the list goes on. And I think most of all, I love you. And I think most of all, I love everything you do. I love the fit of your hand on my back when we go dancing.
That was great, Haven.
Thank you.
Very nice. You want to try a little role reversal here?
Yeah.
Hand me your quarter, pull your quarter-inch out.
We're going to make Haven the host for a little bit,
Whoa.
and I'm going to be the performer. Neither one of us are going to change seats.
That's crazy. I will let you know that I'm not good at the talking part.
What do you mean? We've been talking for the last 20 minutes. You've
Right.
done great.
But yeah, well, yeah.
You did great.
So when did you start playing music, Bobo?
I started playing, I've sang all my life. Some of my earliest memories and people's memories of me are of me singing when I was 3 or 4 years old.
Really?
So I've always been a singer. I began to play drums in concert band in 5th grade, and that was really like the first instrument that I had.
Yeah.
And we learned to play bells a little bit and things like that with concert band. I learned how to play several different instruments, but it was all about the rhythm, right? So I got a really strong rhythmic bass from concert band. I played drums all the way through my freshman year of high school. Loved marching band. Absolutely loved marching band. In 7th grade, I got the opportunity to play in our jazz band, and they already had 2 guitar players, which was my friend Tyler and another friend. And my instructor, being a bass player himself, was like, well, why don't you try the bass? We have one here at the school you can use. And so that was my first instrument, was actually the bass guitar after the drums. So I have this really great base of the rhythmic, basis of what rock music is.
Yeah.
So building on that, and then once I got a guitar in my hands, and with the singing and being able to play and sing at the same time, and then writing music, I was already a writer too. So once those all three came together, the guitar was it.
So,
I've never really played anything since.
I started with piano, as I took piano lessons since like second grade, but like picking up the guitar was literally the greatest. It just fits better.
I say it a lot. There's something about 6 strings and the human voice.
Yep.
There's something about the way the two go together that's special, and we have so much music that proves that, right?
Yeah.
Like those songs all came from just a person and a guitar, just like you.
Absolutely.
Right? They're all written like that for the most part. So, how fun to get to do it. Can I play you a love song?
Absolutely.
Awesome. This is one I wrote for Danielle.
Well, when visiting the Black Hills, make sure you stay at Katmandu Campground in Sturgis, South Dakota. Located right off of exit 34 by the Black Hills National Cemetery, you won't find a better place for family fun in the Black Hills. With dry cabins and pull-through RV sites, you'll find the accommodations you're looking for at Katmandu Campground. That's exit 34, Sturgis, South Dakota. Find them online at katmanducampground.com.
That's dope.
Yep, this one's called True Meaning. Watch you in the morning as you're getting up for work. After we closed down the bar and I was acting like a jerk. I said some stupid things I wish I never would have said. I never let you get out all the thoughts trapped in your head. Spending all day miserable with feelings bottled up. Then we both get so emotional when we try to talk it out. Blowing up our phones with all this texting back and forth. Wishing I could find the words to show you what you're really worth. You are my world. You're my anchor in the ocean, the only one I'm holding through the night. You are my world, the mother of my children, my end and my beginning, true meaning of my life. I couldn't live my life without you, no, I wouldn't even try to turn your whole world upside down over just my foolish pride. I'm jealous of the air you breathe because you need it more. And no flesh will ever tempt me, it's only you that I adore. You are my world. You're my anchor in the ocean, the only one I'm holding through the night. You are my world, the mother of my children, my end and my beginning, true meaning of my life. I couldn't live my life without you, no, I wouldn't even try to turn your whole world upside down over just my foolish pride. I'm jealous of the air you breathe because you need it more. And no flesh will ever tempt me, it's only you that I adore. You are my world. You're my anchor in the ocean, the only one I'm holding through the night. You are my world. You're the mother of my children, my end and my beginning, true meaning of my life. are my world. Anchor in the ocean, the only one I'm holding through the night. You are my world. Anchor of my children, end in my beginning, true meaning of my life, true meaning of my life, true meaning of my life. Wishing I could find the words, show you what you're really worth. You are my world. I can't even get the octave on there anymore. I usually go up a whole octave higher, and I was like, nope, not happening.
I heard you do it the other night.
Right, yeah, I don't have that range anymore.
No, that's
yeah, it's broken.
It happens.
I might need a margarita. Maybe that's the problem.
You know what?
Right?
Those margaritas will loosen you up.
Yeah,
Really
there you go.
Yeah.
But I'm driving to Jelly Roll later, so I better not.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe don't.
Oh, I might be finding a fill-in for the Deadwood Tobacco Company tomorrow. Just throwing that out there.
So where do you draw inspiration when you write your songs, Bobo?
Mostly from experiences, obviously. Love, loss. A lot of, yeah, I mean, anything that's ever struck me, I've tried to get it out. So a few years ago, 20 years ago, my grandma had beaten cancer into remission, super rare form of cancer. She got a really experimental program, extended her life 20 years. 2 years ago, it came back aggressively, as they kind of said that it would. If it comes back, it was going to be aggressive. So we knew the time wasn't long, and the only thing I could do was kind of sit down and to harness that emotion and to cope with that, right, was to write a song about it. So I guess I'll play that one next. Okay. This one's called Everlasting. Holding these mysteries, filling our heads, begging to be solved, remembering the lives we've lived before, searching for answers out in the void. We're all just restless girls and boys, looking for keys to open the door. Time's everlasting, time never lasts. As long as we wanted to, watching seconds slipping from my grasp, holding you closer, holding our breath. Something the march of time as the present quickly fades into our past. Swimming in circles now, and we can't get out, and we can't get off this ride. The vessel is tossing in the waves. Searching for answers, future is passing with the time. The only thing we need to be is real. Time's everlasting, time never lasts. Watching seconds slipping from my grasp, holding you closer, holding our breath. Something the march of time as the present quickly fades into our past. Thank you.
Holy cat. That was really good.
I know my voice sounds like someone stepped on a cat. Haggard.
It's like,
We might have just recorded my last song of the rally. That might have been it. That might have been it.
oh, that's okay. Sounds really good.
Thank you. I'm going to plug you back in.
Oh, okay.
You're going to play us a few more songs. We're going to finish out the show. Finish out the evening at Katmandu. I have a feeling it's going to be an expedited show tonight, guys. I wish you would have got a better show from me, but I hope that you follow the band and, come see me at the Buffalo Chip.
There you go.
I have always raised my voice, obviously, to let you know I was here. That's always at a concert. That's how I show my appreciation, is to yell as loud as I can. And I don't I don't really know any other way to show my appreciation other than to raise my voice. And sometimes I do that for 18 hours straight for 7 days in a row, and I have to rest for a day.
Yeah, it is important.
I could go let Jelly
Especially-
preach tonight.
Yeah, let him take care of it. When, when your voice is your job, you have to remember that other people get breaks, like with jobs.
Right.
So it's important to let yourself have those breaks too.
Right. Well, and it's funny. So I had an interview with my friend Tyler Herwig, who was nominated for New Artist of the Year with the Midwest Country Music Organization Awards. And then he was down at CMA Fest in Nashville this year. And he plays 280 shows a year. I said, that's crazy. I was like, how do you do it? Well, I have a vocal rest day on Mondays. I don't talk at all. I was like, my wife would love that. Let's
That's
not
whack.
mention that around her, please. And nebulizer treatments nightly, I think. It was just all the things to just keep that voice. And I was like, wow, I am really dropping the ball on these things. And now I'm understanding that I need those, right?
Yeah.
I need that education on what to do. And I mean, he has an ear, nose, and throat probably, specialist that he consults with. And yeah, it was interesting to be like, oh, okay, this is what you got to do. If you're going to take this business as your business, then you live a different life. When your voice is your instrument and is your livelihood, you have to treat it differently.
Oh, yeah. I learned one of my remedies in college because, going to school for singing, like I have to take vocal lessons or whatever. The greatest thing I learned in college for like treating that is what we call witch's brew, which is where you take a lemon tea and you throw ginger and honey and like chili pepper, like ground chili pepper in there, just so you get like spice to clear out your nose, and then honey to soothe your throat, and like all of the things, throw it all together, and it tastes wild, like crazy. But it is the fastest solution when you have
Nice.
stuff to do.
Well, you're going to have to write the recipe down for me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need some of that stat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Haven, you got some more songs for us, sweetie?
Yeah, I could do that. I have this song that I wrote. I don't know if you guys know, well, I'm sure you know Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, love him.
Familiar with the boss, yes.
Yeah, he's my absolute favorite. And there's a song off of his Born in the USA album called Bobby Jean. And I wrote a song as a reply to that song.
Awesome.
Yeah, so.
I can't wait to see where this goes.
I see clouds roll on by, hide in the light that once let inside, and the wind blows by my window pane, carrying your name. It calls me home again. And I know I should have called to say that I left and hit the road today. I've got to find myself somewhere far from here. times we threw away just by holding hands through everyday routines. I miss your faded jeans. Would you kiss my mom for me? With love, Bobby Jean. I knew we're too big for that town. It was made to keep us down, like the people you see around. But you're with me every second as a memory. Your voice keeps me on my feet. I hear it in my dreams. And I know I should have called to say that I packed and left the other day. I've got to find myself in a place I've never been. But I love the times they're stored away to remember on a rainy day, baby. Out here I feel so free. I wish that you could see. With love, Bobby Jean. But on the road sometime I heard those lines in the song you wrote to me. So I'll return the favor with this motel's pad of paper and think of you kissing my cheek. So now I keep the radio on, trying to hear that song. It's funny I can't move on, but you're with me every time I wear your tee. Arrive in a new city or hear the rain like your heartbeat. And I know I should have called for you, but you'll never guess the things that I can do. I've had the time of my life out here on my own. Well, it sounds like you got out of that town, and I'm glad to know we're both just fine now, baby. I miss your faded jeans and the way that your arms held me, but I hope that you're happy. Goodbye, Bobby Jean.
That was so good, Haven.
Thanks.
I can't wait to edit this podcast episode and listen back to all of these.
Yeah.
We might be recording your album right now.
Hey, who knows? A lot of my newer songs, too, I've written with the intention of just being acoustic and voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just easier.
For sure. Yeah, I screwed up by writing all of my songs to be with a big band.
Well, I don't know about that.
And I didn't have a band ever.
It's hard to get a band.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I've
When
been
you
doing
live
this
in,
for 20 years,
when you
Haven.
live in middle of nowhere, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep. You got to play with who's around. It makes it challenging. It's made it a lot of fun for me this year. I've played with guys all over the state. 20 years of playing. I've built a big network of guys and gals that I play with. So I've had a lot of fun playing the same songs every show, for the most part at least. But every time it's a little bit different because it's always somebody else playing it with me. So that's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed that part of my summer for sure. Just playing music in general, playing for new people.
So my first actual job it's at Storybook Land. It's called Storybook Land Theater, and you do every week in the summer you put on a new show, and before that you play 30 minutes of music, pre-show music. And that's basically why I was there, because I'm not a great actor at all, but I love singing and playing, and
You
I
play
just have a lot
Haven
of
Rae
fun.
very well.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good at
well,
that.
that's a whole character in and of itself. Yeah. Yeah. So that was a good way. I met lots of people that way, and it's so fun to just play music and
Yeah,
You
and
know.
I'm sure you've had a blast this week. I know I have.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
know I have
I
a
will
lot of
say-
memories.
I'm about tired of ham and cheese sandwiches, though.
Yeah?
That's it. That's
That's
pretty
all
much
Mom
all I've
bought
had.
for the trip.
Well, yeah. I've had a salad, and I've had ham and cheese sandwiches and Funyuns. But that's about it. I don't have a car here anymore, so I can't like run and get stuff. I have to wait till somebody.
If you need to go to the store tomorrow, Haven, I'll take you to the store.
Well, I appreciate
There
that,
you go.
Bubba. It's very nice of you.
When are you staying till?
I stay until Friday? Question
Nice.
mark. You know, I might stay longer. I don't know, but Friday
Nice.
is the line. So
That's awesome. Well, I'm sure that Brent and Lynette, and I know that Brent and Lynette are so happy to have you. And they were so thrilled to hear you play music all week, as were the rest of us. I can speak for everyone on the campground that said they absolutely loved having you here playing music for us. So,
well, I'm glad to be here.
Thanks
I'm
for
glad
coming.
To have played some songs and
will you play us a
tunes.
few more before you leave us?
yeah, I could do that.
What's next?
I've got a song, same key, but I wrote it this past year after graduating college has been the most productive writing-wise since COVID. So I've written quite a few, but I've got this one.
What's inspiring you right now, Haven Rae?
Well, this one that I'm about to play you is inspired just from a story that I kind of created in my head and about two people who used to know each other and grew apart and then found their way back to the same New Year's party. So that's kind of what that one's about. But
Very specific story we're building
yeah.
here.
Well,
I
you
like
know,
it.
I do what I can. Yeah.
All right, what's it called?
It's called New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. There we go.
Crazy, I know. You were not quite what I expected. When I walked through this party's doors, I thought I'd turn right back around. Then you look at me and say, baby, what are you drinking? I said I had no idea you were back in town. You say, let's step outside, this party's a bit eccentric. I miss the way your eager smile could turn a phrase. You said, here's to a year of better dispositions. A new start, new book, and a pen waiting for the page. And I knew right then that you'd been burned from your years in the city, that you learned that August isn't kind to anyone. I'm sorry to hear you lost the job in Fargo. That town hasn't been the same since Anna went away for good. But I've never been so pleased to see a face who knows me. Oh, how long are you staying, please, if you would ask me to dance to the song inside, I'll put my drink down, happily oblige if it meant spend 3 more minutes inside your gaze. And that's the thing about being 22. It only lasts 1 year, but it felt like forever without you. So I'll 2-step in your arms at the front step of this party, hoping you stick around long enough for me to say to you, Happy New Year. I saw your brother the other day at the diner. He ordered his coffee black and his pancakes with butter on the side. I know it's the same thing you always get when you're around here. It's pretty common, but I know his coping defense is the same as mine. What do you mean you're sorry about the last time that you saw me? Some words were passed that were hard to hear, but the train was about to leave. The only thing that I can recall was the night sky. It was the color of the shirt you wore when you said you first loved me. And I wish I knew then that you'd never hate me. It's easier to go when your heart is raging, and go meant your heart was set on fire. And that's the thing about when we were 17. I only knew you, but you were everything. And I wish at the train station I had avoided confrontation, but this town is too damn small, and you knew all the world held more for you. And when the countdown begins, I know that grin in your eyes. You're pulling me in as the voices finish. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inside. Have you got any resolutions for the next year? I think I'll try to read some more or take a walk outside. But if we end up losing track of those before the snow melts, I hope it's 'cause you and I are making up for lost time. And if I never get to see much more than this, I think it'll be just fine, 'cause you were a part of it. So I'll two-step in your arms at the front step of this party, loving how you spin me round, knowing we have found our way right back here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, baby.
Yay.
Yeah, that one's really long. That's so.
It was
Well,
so
I'm
beautiful,
glad.
Haven. Thank you so much for playing along,
Yeah.
jumping in this. We're getting eaten
No
up by
problem.
flies. I think that's good enough. I think it's a great song to end on.
All right. Sounds good.
I had a blast. Everyone, that's Haven Rae. Make sure you're
That's me.
checking her out when we release her next album.
Yeah.
I'm
Sometime.
Bubba Starts. You're listening to The Scene, and we'll see you next rally.
Woohoo!
Thank you for listening. Join the Scene projects on all your social media channels and find us on Spotify. 3 episodes releasing weekly and more content on our Patreon channel. Patreon.com/The Scene Project.